Why play Quinn Top? Well, she is a massive lane bully. She is strong in a 1v1, she can back basically every wave, and her map pressure with movement speed is incredible. However, she is squishy if caught out, and having a marksman top isn't always the best for the team comp. Quinn's passive is she periodically marks visible nearby enemies as vulnerable, as long as no other vulnerable enemies are nearby. In addition, her Q, E, and ultimate can all mark enemies as vulnerable. Quinn's basic attack against a vulnerable target consumes the debuff to deal bonus damage. Quinn's Q is a straight line skill shot which stops when it hits an enemy, marking them as vulnerable and dealing damage to them and nearby enemies. If the target hit was an enemy champion, they become nearsighted and disarmed, so essentially they can't see or attack. Quinn's W has a passive, where when she attacks a vulnerable enemy, she gains a large amount of bonus attack speed and bonus move speed. The active grants sight of the surrounding area and reveals enemies. Quinn's E is a point and click ability which dashes her to an enemy champion, marking them as vulnerable, dealing damage, knocking them back and slowing them, before she dashes back to her maximum attack range, and this ability can be used as an auto attack reset. Quinn's ultimate channels for 2 seconds where her bird picks her up. While picked up, she has a ridiculous amount of additional movement speed and becomes ghosted. This ability can be reactivated to deal damage in a large circle around her and mark nearby enemies as vulnerable. In addition, if she attacks, uses Q or E, she also casts this ability and ends it. For combos, your basic go-to is to attack into E, then attack into Q before attacking away. And your all-in is to ultimate and then cancel it when in range to attack. Follow up with Q and attack before Eing and attacking away. For matchups, Quinn does great into less mobile top laners who she can constantly bully and then vault away. However, she can struggle against top laners with multiple gap closers who will be able to get onto her. For runes, take this. Electrocute is so much damage. For build order, start Blade and Pot into tier 2 boots and a shiv. From here, an Edge of Night and Collectors are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these. For skill order, start E then Q then W before maxing W then Q then E, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take Flash and Ignite. As a top lane marksman, your focus is going to be on farming hard and bullying your opponent to stop them from farming hard. Whenever your opponent walks up to farm, shoot them. And then, if they're not behind their minions, Q them and shoot them again. With Electrocute, this is a chunk of damage, and as they're nearsighted and disarmed, they can't do anything about it. And then you can either follow up with E for more damage, or just keep it when they try to engage on you to keep yourself safe. Your first back being Symbiotic Souls makes you ridiculously strong. You stack these very quickly, and it essentially means you can just back and then run back to your lane whenever you want. As well as, of course, with your ultimate, it gives you massive map pressure. Entering the mid game, take your tower as soon as possible. From here, you are a great split pusher as you collapse onto fights incredibly fast. So push out a side lane, then ultimate back into the fray. Entering late game team fights, you can either play as the backline carry or the assassin role. As the backline carry, it's all about just shooting anything in front of you, dealing chunks of damage. However, you'll often find fights starting without you. You can approach the fight very quickly in your ultimate form onto their flank, and then with your massive damage, you can simply blow up a carry. And that's how to play Quinn Top. If this video helped you, leave a like and comment below who you want to see next.